she hasn't, so head back now.
Because we kept thinking she's over.
I just put you guys in the same spots that you were in before, but if anyone wants to move, that's fine. I just figured it's crazy. This is how you're sitting.
But that's the only one. They're all good.
I know that it's the middle of the table, but it's not the middle of the seats. Yeah. I know, it took me a second too. I was like, what's happening?
I think so. I'll just listen to you. Right?
Well,
The first one has 15 seconds.
toss up to 15, unless I say otherwise. Bonus is 30.
But you want to say this.
I will say.
It's hard. You do have
So it's all 15 unless I hear you say
The bonuses are all 30.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, that's what
It is a lot.
Right, the toss-ups are 15.
yeah.
But if they buzz in 14 seconds on the toss-up, they get 3 seconds to answer.
I know. I know.
They get either 3 seconds or the remainder 15, depending on which is great. So if they buzz in 10 seconds, they get 5.
Okay, okay, okay.
If they lost actually, they don't get all the
Maybe it would have been easier.
That's right, but you know it's going to get tough one, so if they ask for a president, yes,
They
president.
don't need to see your guys' names.
Don't say
So kind of, we all know, like,
Yeah.
you know, here.
just yes, like if it's state
Well, they usually call your
I'd
name.
rather us get it on that way than say no.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, and you might get some.
Hey boss, your microphone down.
Still, it's bitter, like I can
Angles, so you can see your name.
he didn't know, and he's like, because it was a time issue, it gave him too much time, you know, like.
We're hoping to, but if it doesn't come soon.
Y'all gonna put some in.
If he doesn't get, you'll see him.
We have a mic on the table.
Yeah, because it's on the radio.
Yeah. So whoever's sitting here, don't say anything.
Kale's fault. That's the
We
worst
might
place
need
to
to
put it.
switch.
That is the worst place to put it. Put Callan down there.
Alex, too.
Do we want to switch Alex and Kale with Dylan and Callan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree that that's a good choice.
Oh.
Because they're going to say some naughty
They're
things.
gonna die on
Say some really naughty things.
Running up all day.
The last thing I need is to get a call from Mrs. Berger tonight. Like, I was listening to the radio. We need to have a talk. Great. Lost my job.
I'm getting my...
Are you guys over here answering questions whenever you answer?
Yeah,
Answer
it's
loudly, that way the mic
This is courtesy of
It
Joe
picks up quite a
Belay.
bit of noise, but say it loud and crash.
It is.
Like I'm scared.
Looking at you in particular.
She smacked me one time because I said excuse me.
I actually like. I have nothing against tattoos. I actually think they're really cool looking. But I have a thing about pain, and so that's why I will never get one.
Start one of those.
That's what I was thinking. You're right.
Yes.
Nice try.
Nice.
That was G.
He just buzzes in and says the first thing he comes to.
Right, and sometimes it's great, but not always.
Oh,
Kale.
That's not your mouth.
Boom.
Like under.
okay, we're good. Kale, they have a mic on the table, so be careful about what
Yeah, I had you in the neutral formation, but when they put the mic there, I was like, I can't. Kale and Alex right there. So. I know. We're still gonna do our things in the same order though. So for math, you're 1, 2, 3, 4. That way, if Alex gets done and Kale gets done with the 1 and 2, then they can back up these guys.
Yeah.
And then you've got whoever you need to do.
We might need some backing.
you know, people up here with me right now. So.
I know. The only thing I worry, and these guys are super good. They're super quick with math. It's just have they got to that yet? You know what I mean?
I'll have to do anything.
If it's real
Like
time.
if it's been covered in 6th and 7th, you're good. But if it's an 8th grade problem, then
If it's been covered in 6th and 7th, then we'll start it.
That was about nothing.
There's about nothing that's been covered. That's been covered.
You look good. And it's radio anyway, so you're fine. They can't see you.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
It might
they
be.
are. I didn't notice that.
I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have said
Oh, my
anything.
goodness.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
You do.
I seriously do this upside down.
I know. I can tell. I can tell. Mine would never. Mine would never.
Okay.
All right. We need to play like we did the last two matches.
7.
We got to play like we did the second half of
Yeah.
we got
Got
to play the
this.
whole game.
Have a little confidence.
Yeah.
Have a little confidence, but also have fun.
We need to not say ice cream.
Like if we do, then that's great. But if we don't,
Ice cream.
We have fun no matter what.
that's right. We bring the puppy
Yeah.
everywhere we go.
That's what you did.
The only thing I get mad about is whenever my
I knew overdue too. I thought it was something like that.
What was that when she was born?
1400, yeah. 1987, 82.
That's my mom was born. It's 4 years.
My mom's
I mean, you are the one.
You know how tall Jackson's grandma is?
6 feet. Maybe 6 feet.
Nah, I think he's about ground level, you know, when the ground's kind of flat.
Probably a whole bunch of feet below sea.
Wasn't he playing in California?
Oh, so he's probably pretty high up. So. California, sometimes.
You don't want to. I got 2 annoying sisters.
Okay. I mean, it'll never be fine. I never thought this weekend.
Well, yeah. Because tomorrow I'm going to Mesa Beach birthday party. We're going to escape room. Me and him and Jackson, bro. I've never done this. Sometimes. Most of the time.
He ran into me while staring at me. I said, oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
Especially like Gavin, bro.
I did that.
So short. I just can't see him sometimes.
I'm like head level with his eyes. He can't see me.
Sometimes I'm just not thinking about it and I do it.
Well, no, she's happy with her. She is. It's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard you say that, or I just saw you do that last time.
I'm good with
If it's math, I just look at Alex or Kale because I haven't just. I mean, it depends. It depends.
If it's like that one, 7x plus 788 plus 6.
I mean, hey, I was close.
I got 6a squared plus 6b squared.
Yeah.
And I think I was relatively close.
Yeah, a little bit.
Relatively.
his advice was, if they get one wrong, you gotta let them finish the whole buzzer before buzzing.
If they get one wrong, we gotta let them finish the whole
It's signals to the team. That's communication. No communication. Toss ups, right?
It makes me mad whenever my mom does it. And because then she'll look like, she'll just be staring me down my face. I don't know.
Yeah, but you gotta know what that means.
Yeah.
I gotta turn that off.
Not mine. Keaton has mine.
Which one?
Keaton should have give it to him.
Well, yeah, that's one.
We start talking.
5:58.
I did have that answer. So I would have said it.
I guess I would have this. Top half of
We got 1 minute. So it's gonna be fun.
Calvin, do me a solid. Buzz in for me. Thank you. I mean, I think that's good enough, right? All right. Good evening. We're gonna get rolling. Before we get too far into this, I know the coaches went over some of the rules with players, but just so everyone knows and is on the same page, run through some of the more pertinent ones. Coaches, you will get 1 60-second timeout per half. The game is actually played by number of questions and not by time, and that number fluctuates. Halftime will be after the 10th toss-up, but the match will either end after the 18th toss-up and accompanying bonus, or the 15th bonus if we get there quickly enough. So halftime isn't really half, but that's the way it's going to work out. And as we get closer to the end of the match, I will try and let you know, coaches, just so everyone's on the same page. Players, there is a blurt rule. You both were with me this morning in some capacity. I am going to try and say your name today, this evening. Don't worry, I can read them as they were. It's all good. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. I will try and say your school name first, and then I will try and say your name. If you see me floundering, which is quite possible, maybe give me a little hand up in the air. We are streaming. We'll get to that in a second. And with that said, I want to give you your flowers whenever you answer. Speaking of answering, be nice and loud when you do. Forget the streaming aspect. This is a long room. Got a lot of people here. Some of them in the back may not be able to hear you if you're answering very quietly. So we'll try and keep that going. You will get 15 seconds for toss-ups unless it's computational math, in which case you'll get 30. I'll let you know that in advance. After you buzz in, you will get 3 seconds to begin answering. I will count that off myself. Bonuses, you'll get 30 seconds. Anyone on the controlling team can ask for me to repeat any part of the bonus after time has been called. Pencils, paper down. You won't be able to pass anything after time has been called if you aren't the controlling team. I'll try and be watching out for that. With that said, toss-ups. Don't talk during toss-ups. Don't give any hand gestures. I will allow wait for the team that doesn't buzz in. If you want to say wait, that's fine. Anything outside of that is a no-go. So just don't do it. With that said, any questions for players? It's all the same as this morning. Any question, coaches? No? All right. Well, we do have some flowers to give out before we get going. First of all, welcome everyone Wayne County Scholastic Bowl 2024 here on the campus Frontier Community College. I'm Jeff Vaughn. I'll be serving as a moderator for the matches tonight. We started with 6 teams today. Center Street School, Sisney Middle School, Jeff Grade School, Jasper School, New Hope School, and Wayne City Junior High. We have 3 schools all in this room right now. They're going to battle it out for first, second, and third place. We've got some lovely hardware for each team as well. Before we do introduce the teams and actually start the match, a lot of people we need to thank. First of all, Bobcat Nation for broadcasting the event. That's what that setup over there is for. Don't look at it. We also want to thank Dr. Edgren, Dr. Brunsma, and the Frontier Community College faculty and staff for hosting the event again this year. Day moderator Lex Gonzalez earlier this morning. Official scorekeepers Bob Ellis, Charlie Robertson, Lucy Britt, Addie Bailey, Quentin Hallam, Layla Kazadi. Official timekeepers Jenna Reinberger and Cadence Wardsbaugh. Setup and organization Carrie Halbert, Kent Staley, Caleb Dunn. Wayne County Press made the programs for everybody tonight. We weren't actually here this morning. We were at Merriam Community Church for the morning sessions. That was excellent. Thanks to them. And then all sorts of students who volunteered time to assist with the scoreboard. So before we get started, could we just give everybody a round of applause, please? Few more things. It's been a long day. Students, second semester, put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to be sitting in front of you today. With that said, they deserve respect in a competitive environment. Please turn off your cell phones. If you haven't, silence them, whatever, just so it doesn't make a noise. Also, I know it's a big room, we've covered that. Please don't whisper anything in the audience. If you know an answer, don't mouth anything. I know it can be tough, but just try and keep that to yourselves. And no one is supposed to enter or leave the room after the match has started. So try and keep that in mind as well. Try and be kind of lenient, especially during the 2-minute halftime. If someone needs to go out and take a phone call, fine. But try not to do it in the middle of a question if you possibly can. Okay, I think we're finally done with formalities. So let's get to introductions. First of all, I'm Jeff, I said that, but we have timing officially. No, you want to do it?
Sarah Rush.
Perfect. Official scorekeeper.
Bob Ellis.
Official scoreboard keeper. Excellent. Who do we have here today? Start on the left.
Kale Gregory, Alex Bassinet, Dylan Titzer, Callan King. I'm Reagan Jackson, and we are coached by the wonderful Jennifer Osborne.
Tucker Bowman, Will Carson, Rebecca King, Kim Johnson, and I'm Esme Crupp, and we are coached by Mr. Davis.
Excellent. All right, here we go. We're going to start off the evening session. Toss-up number 1, miscellaneous in miscellaneous. What state flower of Alaska that is blue with a yellow center has a name that should be easy to remember? That's going to be Sisney Will.
Violet.
That is incorrect. Jasper Reagan.
Forget-me-nots?
That's correct. Your bonus. Science, 4 parts in physical science. Name these elements discovered or isolated by British chemist Sir Humphrey Davy. Part 1. This extremely reactive metal is found in table salt. Part 2. This alkali earth metal is found in Epsom salts. Part 3. He electrolyzed lime and mercuric oxide to get this mineral found in human teeth. Part 4. This alkali earth metal has one isotope used in cancer treatment and another that is used in fireworks to make a red color.
Time.
Time's been called, pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have sodium.
Correct.
2, we have magnesium.
Correct.
3, we have calcium.
Correct.
And 4, we have no answer.
All right, 15 points to Jasper. Rebound part 4, Sisney.
Number 4, copper.
That is incorrect. The answer to part 4 was strontium. Toss-up 2, language arts, mythology. He certainly got around, whether in the form of a swan, a flame, a golden shower, or a bull. Name this god of Greek myth whose relationships with Europa, Leda, and Danae, among others, resulted in the births of Helen, and that's going to be Jasper Callan.
Zeus.
That's correct. Bonus is in language arts literature. Name these novels by French author Alexandre Dumas. Part 1. He revised this E.T.A. Hoffmann story, later turned by Tchaikovsky into a ballet. Part 2. Its title character's real name is Edmond Dantes. Part 3. D'Artagnan is not one of this novel's title characters. Part 4. A 17th century Dutch city gives 100,000 guilders to the first person who can grow one of these colorful tidal flowers.
Time.
Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
Nutcracker for all.
Nutcracker is correct for part 1. That's 5 points. Rebound Sisney on parts 2, 3, and 4.
Number 2 and 3, the Three Musketeers.
That's correct for part 3.
Number 4, Tulips.
That is incorrect. 5 points to Sisney. So we're looking for novel titles. Number 2 was The Count of Monte Cristo, and part 4, The Black Tulip. Needed the entire title on that one. So 5 points apiece on that bonus. Toss-up number 3, fine arts, music. The piano sonatas Appassionata and Moonlight and the piano solo Fiora Elisa were all written by what? And that's going to be Jasper Callan.
Mozart.
Incorrect. They were written by what German composer who was deaf for much of his life? Sisney, is that Kate? What do we got? Oh, Esme.
Beethoven.
That is correct.
I knew you're good. I knew it after I said it.
Your bonus, social studies, geography. Name these U.S. state capital cities from their geographic locations. Part 1. It's located at the confluence of the American River and the California River that shares its name. Part 2. This Midwest capital is located around Lake Mendota and Lake Monona. Part 3. The Susquehanna River runs along its western edge. Part 4. Its Capitol building, built by Huey Long, is in one of America's southernmost capitals. Part 2. This Midwest capital is located around Lake Mendota and Lake Monona. Part 3. The Susquehanna River runs along its western edge. That's time. Pencils down. We're there. Go ahead, Sisney.
Number 1, Sacramento.
That's correct.
Number 2 and 3, South Dakota.
Incorrect.
Number 4, Baton Rouge.
That is correct. 10 points to Sisney. Rebound Jasper on parts 2 and 3.
2 and 3,
No answer. All right. Part 2 was Madison, Wisconsin, and part 3 was Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. All right. Toss-up 4, science, general science. NASA used its 2 stereo spacecraft to get the first 360-degree view ever of this object. What celestial body's interior temperature is about 8 million degrees Fahrenheit? That's going to be Jasper Callan.
The sun?
That's the sun. That's correct.
That's mine.
Your bonus is in mathematics, 4 parts in algebra. Need you to solve each equation for x. Part 1. X minus 8 equals 73. Part 2. 3x minus 7x equals 84. Part 3. X plus 17 equals x over 2 minus 52. Part 4. 3/4 x plus 2x minus 7 equals 3x minus 18. It's time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have 81.
Correct.
2, we have 21.
Incorrect.
And 3 and 4, no answer.
All right, 5 points to Jasper. Rebound Sisney, parts 2, 3, and 4.
Number 2, x equals negative 21.
That's correct.
3x equals negative 138.
Correct.
And number 4x equals 6.
That is incorrect. 10 points to Sisney. Part 4 was 44. All right. Did you guys like that last bonus? I hope so. Mathematics. Geometry. You will have 30 seconds for toss-up number 5. John walks 6 blocks north from his hotel and then 8 blocks west from that point. How many blocks long is the straightest line between the hotel and where John is now? It's Jasper. Alex?
10 blocks.
That is correct. Bonus. Miscellaneous. 4 parts in sports. Answer these about records in the National Basketball Association. Part 1. This Western team has the most wins by a team in a regular season, with 73. Part 2. This Eastern team has the most losses by a team in the regular season, with 73. Part 3. He won the most league championships as an NBA coach with 11, 6 with Chicago, and 5 with the Lakers. Part 4. Don Nelson played with this successful Eastern team before winning 1,335 games as a head coach. Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have the Warriors.
Correct.
2, we have the Pistons.
Incorrect.
And 3, we have no 3 and 4, we have no answers.
All right, 5 points to Jasper. Rebound Sisney, parts 2, 3, and 4.
Number 2, the Hornets.
Incorrect.
Number 3, Phil Jackson.
Correct.
Number 4, Madison.
All right, 5 points to Sisney as well. Solid guesses on part 2, both of you, I mean, really. But it was actually the Philadelphia 76ers. Trust the process. The answer to part 4 was the Boston Celtics.
Oh my gosh.
All right. It's a good time for a score check. Looks like we have Jasper 70, Sisney 40. Coaches, everyone in agreement on that? Excellent. We will move on to toss-up number 6. This is in Social Studies History. Sometimes cheese is eaten on this holiday, as Judith is said to have fed cheese to Holofernes before beheading him. Shin, Nun, Gimel, and Hey are Hebrew letters carved into a top that is used on this holiday. That's looking like it's Sisney Esme. That is correct. Your bonus is in science, general science. Answer these from astronomy. Part 1. What is a large group of stars called, such as the Milky Way? Part 2. What's the tilt of a planet's orbit relative to Earth? Part 3. This planet's moons include Leda and Callisto. And part 4, what's the path of a planet around the sun? Time, pencils down. Go ahead, assistant.
Number 1, galaxy.
That's correct.
Number 2, axis.
Incorrect.
Number 3, Jupiter.
Correct.
Number 4, orbit.
15 points to Sisney. Well done. Rebound, Jasper, part 2.
No answer.
All right. It's the inclination. Toss-up 7, language arts, literature. 10,000 eyes were on this title character as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. This is one line of what baseball poem by Ernest Lawrence Thayer that ends with "No joy in Mudville" because the title character has struck out. Who was that? Sisney, Kate?
Casey up to bat.
That is incorrect. That's time. You were this close. It's Casey at the bat. Right there. Toss-up 8, social studies, geography. When it opened in 1869, it replaced the so-called overland route from Alexandria to the Red Sea. Name this structure seized by Egyptian ruler Gammer. We've got Jasper Callan.
The Suez Canal.
Correct. Your bonus is in language arts, grammar. Answer these about, well, grammar. Part 1. This degree of an adjective is used to tell which of two things is better. Part 2. This part of speech is often found at the beginning of a sentence and expresses strong feelings. Part 3. This pronoun is the objective case of we. And part 4. This type of noun names a group of people, places, or things.
Can you repeat 4, please?
This type of noun names a group of people, places, or things.
Time.
All right, time's been called, pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have comparative.
Correct.
2, we have interjection.
Correct.
3, we have us.
Correct.
And 4, we have proper.
Incorrect. 15 points to Jasper. Rebound, part 4, Sisney.
4, noun.
Can you give me a little bit more information?
Subject noun.
That is incorrect. It's a collective noun. All right, toss-up number 9, science, life science. What kingdom of organisms whose group names end with mycota include things that cause valley fever, thrush, yeast infections, and athlete's foot in humans? That's going to be Jasper Callan.
Fungus.
Correct. Bonus. Social studies, history. Name these U.S. presidents. Part 1. He sent Lewis and Clark on their voyage of discovery to the West. Part 2. This Democrat was offered the president's job at the universities of Illinois and Virginia. Part 3. This Republican was the first to have women vote for him in 1920. And Part 4. He was the last Whig to serve as president before his death in 1850 in the middle of his term.
Time.
Time. Pencils down. Go ahead.
1, we have Washington.
Incorrect.
2, we have Lincoln.
Incorrect.
3, we have no answer. And 4, we have Monroe.
Incorrect. Rebound, all 4 parts, Sisney.
Jefferson.
I'm sorry,
Number 1 Jefferson.
that is correct.
Number 2 Carter.
Incorrect,
Number 3 Lincoln.
incorrect,
Number 4 FDR.
incorrect. 5 points to Sisney on that. Part 2 was Woodrow Wilson. Part 3, Warren G. Harding. Part 4, Zachary Taylor. Final toss-up of this first half. Toss-up number 10. It is in mathematics, general mathematics. You will have 30 seconds. Give the quotient when 1,372 is divided by 28. Jasper Dillon.
53.
Incorrect. Sisney Tucker.
686.
That is incorrect as well. It's 49. That does bring us to halftime. It looks like our score sits at Jasper 105, Sisney 70. Coaches agree? All right, we will have a 2-minute break.
That last 35. That really counts. You got most of my points.
You could have like 7 this match. Let's go. Guys are so great. Did you not know Phil Jackson?
I don't know. Wait, Phil Jackson. Who's Phil Jackson? Oh, the basketball one. Yeah. I don't know.
And then I
I don't know who that
these
is.
two would be able to handle it. I was looking on one. Right.
It's okay. Hey, come on, you got it. You're okay. It's okay. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
I just realized in 20
I don't know that.
It happens.
I don't know sports stuff.
Hey, leave him alone. He's got like 7 answers.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
I thought you were going to get that mythical.
The what?
The one where you
What'd you say? What'd you
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure, but I heard him say Helen, so I knew it was that. Because, you know, Zeus.
all from Fortnite, baby.
Yeah.
I knew that server.
People a brief minute to get back to their seats. Did we have any substitutions, any movement whatsoever amongst players? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, as a reminder, I know you kids can see it, but just so that everyone else can, our score Jasper 105, Sisney 70, and we are on pace to end at 15 bonuses instead of 18 toss-ups. You guys have gotten most of these questions so far. Congrats. See if that holds up here in the second half. That second half is going to start off with toss-up 11. This is in science, general science. What car company shares its name with both the physical unit equal to 10,000 Gauss and with the Serbian electrical engineer who developed AC? That's going to be Jasper Callan.
Tesla.
That's correct. Your bonus is in mathematics, 4 parts in general mathematics. Identify the number in the ones place for each of these expressions. Part 1, 2 to the 7th power. Part 2, 3 to the 5th power. Part 4, 4 to the 6th power. That was part 3. Part 4, excuse me. 5 to the 4th power. That's time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have 8.
Correct.
2, we have 3.
Correct.
3, we have no answer. And 4, we have 6.
Is incorrect. Parts 3 and 4. 10 points to Jasper. Rebound Sisney, parts 3 and 4.
3, 4, 5.
5 is correct for part 4. 5 points. Part 3, the answer was 6. Toss up 12. Language arts. Spelling. Jim set up a secret meeting or rendezvous with Kelly for Friday night. Spell the that's looking like Jasper Callan.
RENDEZVOUS. Rendezvous.
Correct.
You are insane.
Your bonus. Mathematics. 4 parts in geometry. A circle with radius 4 centimeters is cut like a pie into 8 equal pieces. Using pi as needed, and remember your units. Part 1, what is the area of the entire circle? Part 2, what is the area of each piece? Part 3, what is the angle made by the pointed tip of each piece? And part 4, what is the perimeter of each piece?
Can you repeat the overall question?
A circle with radius 4 centimeters is cut like a pie into 8 equal pieces. That's time. Pencils down. And go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have no answer. 2, we have 2 pi centimeters squared.
That is correct.
3, we have 45 degrees.
Correct.
And 4, no answer.
All right, 10 points, Jasper. Rebound Sisney, parts 1 and 4.
Number 1, 1,024 centimeters squared.
That is incorrect.
Number 2, and then for 4, 32 centimeters squared.
That is incorrect as well. Part 1 was 16 pi square centimeters. Part 4 was 8 plus pi centimeters. All right. Toss-up 13, social studies, history. It is located just west of St. Basil's Cathedral and Red Square and contains the offices of the Russian government. Identify this centuries-old building complex in downtown Moscow, whose name is often used as a generic term for the entire Russian government. Who we have? Jasper Dillon?
Soviet?
That's incorrect. That's time. That is the Kremlin.
I had no clue.
The Kremlin. That's all right. That's all
that
right.
makes
We'll
sense.
get back with it with toss-up 14. This is in math. It is in general math. You will have 30 seconds.
Of course it is.
How much money do you have left after you spend 1/3 of your $36 on lunch? That's looking like Jasper Callan.
$24.
That's correct. Your bonus is in science, health. It should be checked using each of a patient's arms, as a big difference in the readings between arms can indicate a serious health problem. Part 1. Name this measure of health checked with a tight cuff on one upper arm. Part 2. A big difference in the readings between arms can indicate PAD, which stands for peripheral blank disease. Part 3. This fatty substance, made of cholesterol and often found in blood vessels, contributes to PAD. And Part 4. To get better from PAD, reduce this type of bad cholesterol in your blood. I will take just its 3-letter abbreviation.
Can you repeat 1?
Name this measure of health checked with a tight cuff on one upper arm.
Can you repeat 2?
A big difference in the readings between arms can indicate PAD, which stands for peripheral blank disease.
Time.
Time. Pencils down. We're there. Go ahead, Jasper.
Blood pressure for all.
That is correct for part 1, 5 points. Rebound Sisney on parts 2, 3, and 4.
Number 2, artery.
That is correct.
Number 3, anemia.
That is incorrect.
Number 4, fat.
That is incorrect. 5 points to Sisney. Part 3 was plaque, and part 4, the bad cholesterol, is LDL cholesterol.
Okay.
All right, toss up 15, social studies, civics. While the U.S. Constitution was being written in the summer of 1787, it was the only one of the 13 colonies not to send representatives to the Constitution. Who do we have here? Is that Sisney Esme? That's correct. Your bonus is in language arts, 4 parts in spelling. Name the letter that appears most often in each of these words. Part 1, commemoration. Part 2, luscious. Part 3, bookkeeper. Part 4, after effect. Time, pencils down. Go ahead, Sisney.
Number 1, M.
Correct?
Number 2, C.
Incorrect?
Number 3, E.
Correct?
Number 4, F.
Correct. 15 points to Sisney. Rebound part 2, Jasper.
S.
S is correct for 5 points. Toss up 16 is in miscellaneous consumer economics. In 2022, this chain announced 4 new sandwiches, including the land, sea, and air burger. But they're actually just combinations of its existing sandwiches that you have to put together yourself. What chain's surf and turf sandwich combines a double cheeseburger with a fillet of fish? That's looking to be Tucker.
McDonald's.
Loving it. Your bonus. Social studies, history. Answer these about former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. Part 1. After leaving office, he helped negotiate an agreement between Sudan and Uganda that is named for this capital of Kenya. Part 2. Carter was the first president to lose his bid for re-election since this president lost his bid in 1932. Part 3. He created this cabinet department that monitors the nation's schools. In Part 4, he was the first president to visit this country since the communist revolution there. Time. Pencils down. We're there. Go ahead, Sisney.
Number 1, Liberia.
Incorrect.
Number 2, FDR.
Incorrect.
Number 3, PTA.
Incorrect.
Number 4, Russia.
Incorrect. Rebound all 4 parts. Jasper.
1, no answer. 2, Woodrow Wilson.
Incorrect.
3, no answer. And 4, Cuba.
Cuba is correct for 5 points. All right, so part 1, that was the Nairobi Agreement. Part 2 was Herbert Hoover. And part 3 was the Department of Education.
I mean, that makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it? How about that? All right, so it looks like our score, quick score check, is Jasper 170, Sisney 115. Coaches? Okay. We have 2 toss-ups left. We are going to get to 18. Toss-up 17 is in science, earth science. This cloud type's categories include fibratus, that create white parallel lines in the sky, along with the flockus type that looks like sheep's wool. Name this cloud type, found at high altitudes, and the whitest of all clouds is made of ice crystals. Jasper Dillon.
Cirrus?
Correct. Your bonus is in mathematics. 4 parts, general mathematics. Give these math terms. Part 1, the relationship between 9 and 1/9. Part 2, to add money to a bank account. Part 3, any number that can be written as one integer divided by another. Part 4, a ratio in a blueprint, as in 1 inch equals 5 feet.
Can you repeat 3?
Any number that can be written as one integer divided by another.
Time.
Okay, time has been called. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, reciprocal.
Correct.
2, deposit.
Correct.
3, rational.
Correct.
And 4, scale.
All 4 parts correct. 20 points. Well done. Sure can. 60-second timeout.
200.
Okay, we had a wholesale movement going on. So, who do we have? Start over here on Jasper.
Carter Johnson, Ashlyn Blevins, Kendall Diesel, and then Keaton Diesel. I'm Gage Savage.
That's a tough task you had there. Sorry. Sisney, who do we have?
Isaiah Anderson. Kel Shannon. Jasper Beeson.
Gavin Lee.
Mila Hurl.
All righty. Welcome all. Unfortunately, we don't have a math toss-up for you. It is in fine arts. Art. So somehow worse. Toss-up 18. The letters L and V can be seen with a magnifying glass in its right pupil and are thought to have been deliberately placed there by its creator. Its subject is the wife of the 16th century Italian Francesco del Giocondo. Name this famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci. That's going to be Jasper Keaton.
The Mona Lisa.
That is correct. Your bonus. Science, physical science. I lied. It's actually miscellaneous. I read the wrong one. Miscellaneous. Answer these questions about the word queen. Part 1. She ruled England for more than 60 years before dying in 1901. Part 2. This was the original lead singer of the rock group Queen. Part 3. In fiction, Ellery Queen had this job. Part 4. Queen Anne's lace is a type of this.
Time.
Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
For 1, we have Queen Victoria.
Correct.
For 2, Freddie Mercury.
Correct.
For 3, we got Flower.
Incorrect.
For 4, we have,
That's time. 10 points to Jasper. Rebound Sisney on parts 3 and 4.
3, no answer, and 4, silk.
That is incorrect. 4, I would have taken flower. Plant, weed, herb, anything. And part 3, Ellery Queen is evidently a detective. So there we go. That is our match. Jasper 220, Sisney 115, coaches. Well done both sides, but before we get too far with you, Jasper, we're going to need some photos, and you're going to get your situation there. So congrats. See you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
Bring everybody up here. You guys did really well. All right, let's all people in the back. Sure, people.
All right, switch in. You're short enough here. All right.
What is your
Rocket science. No, I have.
All right, rearrange a little bit. Stand right here.
Over there by your camera.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, perfect. All right. Are we ready? I know. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Smile. Okay. All right, congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
because they said land, air, and sea on that McDonald's one. I do the kitchen. That was never good. We're getting bagels here. Yeah. I've never had the same stuff because they have it. Before I So I got so confused at first, I just didn't do math. I thought you did it wrong, and I realized. I actually passed that class with like a 5. No, I get it. Don't get it. Like actually like the last time I was like the last one I actually understood what that changed. And it helps too, like whenever you do it. One class. The one I had gone to. Now last semester I had Good job, RJ. Good. Did you get this last one? It's easy. Yeah. Now the main thing that I think is online. So like I know whenever I'm on. Because like if I enter in the wrong number, it immediately all I have to do is check. So that way I'm not doing this kind of thing. Because I mean, something in accounting, one wrong thing, you're screwed the entire time. But with this, like, I can know, okay, I'm still right. So, like all my online classes, one sitting on so I'm working every other day. Especially with baseball season now, between some Bobcats.
Did you guys see your lights in the back of here?
I mean, it's still night. I got off.
Actually, could you guys give your names so I can read them? They don't. It doesn't have to be that pronounced. Joni, yours is fine right there. That's perfect.
Do you know when the shirts come in?
There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Well, except for whoever this is.
See, once you get your answer, you know you just gotta subtract 12 for no reason.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, are you on survey?
How do I know on here? Like, how do you know who buzzed in? It's like one of the lights on the front buzzes in, and it's like who got the? Oh, never mind. They have boxes. Ignore that really odd question.
Okay, I was confused for a second.
You just asked if you were starting.
This was like me.
I think you cemented yourself.
We played one team that didn't have any boxes, and all they had was this center thing, and so you did have to know, and I had forgotten.
I don't think I like that.
No, I didn't either. It was hard for them to know.
He cooked us all.
Yeah.
My dad once had 27 toss-ups and 3 matches. We'll see if you can
Your dad?
We're not gonna play 3 matches. It's our last match.
Man, I guess y'all really didn't get that, did you?
Oh. But he's not with Imagine. No, I only got 7. I have more than you.
Alright guys, same starters, same positions.
Okay.
You're still 4, you're still 3, you're still 2, you're still 1.
Let Callan.
Let Callan what? Let Callan cook?
I don't want to. I'm done now.
Cooking up a meal. He's a pig.
He's on a roll.
That's good.
You need to put like on the back of it, like.
No, they're good.
Hey, Callan. You know, I mean, I have a cricket. I can hook him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is my mom.
Oh, that's right. I don't even want to know.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Tell him.
His mom's boyfriend's name is Cricket.
That's my grandpa's nickname.
He goes, my mom right there. This is wrong.
That's my grandpa's nickname.
Yeah, Cricket.
Well, that part doesn't bother me, but
Coaches, are you both fine if we get rolling?
It's ready for letter B.
All right. New Hope? You good if we start?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, please shut the door. Thank you very much. Okay, so Jasper, congrats on advancing. This is a double elimination tournament, so New Hope, if you win, congrats. You win. Jasper, if you win, congrats. We do another match. Yeah, so everybody pleased with that? The answer should be yes. Awesome, good deal. New Hope, you were in the back. You heard the rules. I will again remind you about the blurt rule. I will try and say your names tonight. I will say your school and then your name. Don't answer before I get a chance to say both. I don't want to have a 5-point penalty on a correct toss-up answer. I didn't say this. I neglected to. My mistake, but it wasn't a problem, thankfully. Remember in math to give me your units. If you don't, and they are required, then it's just going to be wrong, even if you did the math right. Don't want to see that happen either. With that said, let's get into it. Test your buzzers, introduce yourselves, start on the left.
Kale Gregory, Alex Bassinet, Dylan Titzer, Callan King. I'm Reagan Jackson, and we are coached by the wonderful Jennifer Osborne.
Fantastic.
Mallory Simpson.
Braden Hill.
Jonah DeSanti.
Charlie Jones.
Ken Devon, and we're coached by the great Mrs. Sparkle.
Congratulations, both of you. Pleased for you.
Oh, it doesn't.
All right. Here we go. Toss-up number one here in this potential final match is in mathematics. It is in general mathematics. You will have 30 seconds. A quiz has 2 questions, each to be answered, true or false. You know that at least one answer is true. Give as a fraction in lowest terms the probability that both answers are true. That's looking like New Hope Charlie.
1/2.
That is incorrect. Jasper Dylan.
1/4.
That is incorrect as well. Is 1/3. Possibilities are true, false, false, true, 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 false, false. You know, false, false isn't an option, so 1/3.
That makes sense.
All right. Toss-up 2. Social studies, history. In 1956, it was a province of France and contained nearly 500,000 French soldiers determined to keep it that way. But 6 years later, French leader Charles de Gaulle declared the independence of what North African country that for many years was the headquarters of the French Foreign Legion? Jasper Dylan?
Italy.
That is incorrect. New Hope Jonah?
Algeria.
That is correct. Your bonus, language arts spelling. Spell these tricky 4-syllable words. Part 1, exhaustible. Part 2, phenomenal. Part 3, millennium. Part 4, entrepreneur.
Repeat number 2.
Phenomenal.
Number 4.
Entrepreneur. That's time. Pencils down. Go ahead, New Hope.
Number 1, E, X, H, A, U, S, T, A, B, L, E.
Incorrect.
Number 2, P, H, E, N, O, M, E, N, A, L.
Correct.
Number 3, M, I, L, L, E, N, I, U, M.
Incorrect.
And Number 4. ENTREPUNEUR.
Incorrect. 5 points to New Hope. Rebound Jasper, parts 1, 3, and 4.
1 and 3, no answers. 4, ENTREPENUER.
That is incorrect. Exhaustible. EXHAUSTIBLE. Part 3, Millennium. MILLENNIUM. Part 4, Entrepreneur. ENTREPRENEUR. Tricky 4-syllable words. Toss-up 3, language arts, mythology. In Irish legend, her shrieks and wailings outside a house meant that someone inside was about to die a violent death. Name this creature that may nowadays be mentioned whenever high winds howl outside your house. Jasper Reagan.
A wolf?
That's incorrect. New Hope Charlie.
A werewolf.
That's incorrect as well. It is a banshee.
Oh. I've heard of Banshee. I didn't know what that was.
Toss up 4. Miscellaneous. Sports. Soccer player John suddenly finds himself behind every opponent except the goalie. If a teammate kicks the ball to him in that situation and John then scores a goal, the goal won't count because John was in what illegal position when the ball was kicked to him? That's looking like Jasper Alex.
Offside?
Correct. Your bonus, fine arts, music. Answer these about composer Franz Liszt. Part 1. Liszt wrote 6 of these Hungarian piano pieces. George Gershwin wrote 1 in blue. Part 2. Liszt wrote a variation on this French national anthem. Part 3. Liszt's daughter Cosima married this German composer of the Ring cycle of operas. Part 4. This French composer of Carnival of the Animals named his 3rd symphony for Liszt. Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
No answers for all.
Alrighty. Rebound New Hope. Anything?
Number 1, Rhapsodies.
Correct?
And number 2, La Marais.
You know what? Try and spell that second word for me.
Okay. LAMARSILLE.
That's incorrect.
Number 3, Beethoven.
Incorrect.
And number 4, no answer.
Alrighty. 5 points to New Hope. You're pretty close, but I don't know that you were close enough for me to give it to you. Part 2 was La Marseillaise. Part 3, Richard Wagner. Part 4, Camille Saint-Saëns.
Okay.
Toss up 5. This is in Science Health. This part of your body can be moved by muscles called mentalis, risorius, orbicularis oris, levator labii superioris, and depressor labii inferioris. Which body part is helpful in speaking, especially in making sounds like B? New Hope, Camden.
Voice box.
That's incorrect. Which body part is helpful in speaking, especially in making sounds like B, F, and P? Jasper Alex.
Lips?
Yep.
I was thinking that, but I was overthinking.
Bonus, science, physical science.
Seemed too easy.
Answer these about methanol, which has the chemical formula CH3OH. Part 1. How many atoms are in each molecule of methanol? Part 2. What fraction of those atoms, in lowest terms, are hydrogen atoms? Part 3. Methanol is used in this process that uses liquid to release petroleum from oil shale. Part 4. Methanol can be made by adding hydrogen to this gas with formula CO. Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have 6.
Correct.
2, we have 4.
Incorrect.
3, we have no answer. And 4, we have carbon monoxide.
That is correct. 10 points to Jasper. Rebound New Hope on parts 2 and 3.
Number 2, 3.
Incorrect.
And number 4, 3.
That's incorrect. Part 2 needed the fraction in lowest terms, so 4 out of 6, 2/3. And part 3, methanol is used in fracking. All right, this is a good time for a score check. Looks like we have New Hope 20, Jasper 30. Coaches? Okay. Toss-up number 6, fine arts, art. Sir John Herschel first named this art form in 1839, when the process of how to create the art form was first made public. William Henry Fox Talbot, Joseph Niepce, and Louis Daguerre all made pioneering achievements in what art form that uses a camera to take pictures? Jasper, Alex.
Photography?
Yes. Your bonus. Mathematics, algebra. Find these numbers. Part 1. 57 more than this number is negative 14. Part 2. 11 subtracted from this number leaves 54. Part 3. 5 more than 3/4 of this number is 44. Part 4. 6 more than 7 times this number is 97.
Can you repeat number 4, please?
6 more than 7 times this number is 97.
Can you repeat number 1?
57 more than this number is negative 14.
Can you repeat 3, please?
5 more than 3/4 of this number is 44. That's time. Pencils down. And go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have negative 71.
Correct.
2, we have 65.
Correct.
3, we have 52.
Correct.
And 4, we have 13.
All 4 parts. Correct. 20 points. Well done. Toss-up 7 is in social studies, geography. The headquarters of both the International Olympic Committee and the International Red Cross are located in what European country, neutral in warfare since the early 1800s, whose major city, New Hope, Braden? Correct.
I was gonna say that.
Your bonus is in social studies. This time it's in history. Answer these about former U.S. President Benjamin Harrison. Part 1. He made Frederick Douglass an ambassador to this Caribbean nation, whose capital is Port-au-Prince. Part 2. He was a trustee of this Indiana University, whose sports teams are the Boilermakers. Part 3. Harrison's campaign biography was written by Lew Wallace, more famous for writing this novel set in ancient Rome. Part 4. Harrison didn't want re-election because his wife Caroline was dying of this chronic lung disease.
Could you repeat number 3?
Harrison's campaign biography was written by Lew Wallace, more famous for writing this novel set in ancient Rome.
Could you repeat number 2?
He was a trustee of this Indiana University, whose sports teams are the Boilermakers.
Time.
Time. All right. Go ahead, New Hope.
Number 1, Haiti.
Correct.
Number 2, University of Indiana.
Incorrect.
Number 3, The Art of War.
Incorrect.
And number 4, Pneumonia.
Incorrect. 5 points, New Hope. Rebound, Jasper, parts 2, 3, and 4.
2, we have Purdue.
Correct.
And 4, we have Parkinson's.
That is incorrect. Nothing on 3? Okay. So 5 points apiece on the bonus. Part 3, that novel was Ben-Hur. Part 4, the disease was tuberculosis. Oh my God. TB. All right. Toss-up 8 is in mathematics, algebra.
Of course it is.
It doesn't say 30 seconds, but there's some computation in this one, so 30 seconds. Bill and Susie are running for class president. Out of the 198 people who voted, how many votes did Bill get if 14 people voted for someone other than Bill and Susie Susie got 8 more votes than Bill? Jasper, Dylan.
84 votes.
That is incorrect. New Hope, Charlie.
100 votes.
Yeah, that's incorrect as well. It is 88 votes.
I was working here. Down.
All right. Toss-up 9. Language arts, literature. Chicago was called the nation's freight handler, tool maker, hog butcher for the world, and the city of the big shoulders by what American poet who won a Pulitzer Prize for his 6-volume biography of Abraham Lincoln? New Hope, Camden.
Frederick Douglass.
Incorrect. That's time. Carl Sandburg.
Okay.
All right, toss-up 10, final toss-up of the first half. This is in science, earth science. A rain shadow may cause this biome because a large mountain range keeps rain from falling there. And that's Jasper Callan.
A step.
That is incorrect. Annual rainfall of about 25 centimeters is a defining characteristic of what biome, whose examples include the Gobi in Asia, and that's New Hope, Camden.
Desert.
Correct.
Just talked about this.
You're good.
Just talked about this.
Your bonus, language arts, vocabulary. Give these words containing the letters L-A-S-T. Part 1. Hard substance applied to the walls and ceilings of old houses. Part 2. The heavy material in a hot air balloon to be thrown out in case of trouble. Part 3. Adjective for a sediment made of pieces of old rocks. Part 4. In John 3:16, the type of life given to those that believe in Jesus. Adjective for a sediment made of pieces of old rocks.
Can you repeat number 2?
The heavy material in a hot air balloon to be thrown out in case of trouble. That's time. Pencils down, we're all there. All right, New Hope, go ahead.
Number 1, plaster.
Correct?
Number 2, glass.
Incorrect?
Number 3, no answer. And number 4, everlasting.
That is correct. 10 points to New Hope. Rebound Jasper, parts 2 and 3.
No answers.
Okay. Part 2 was ballast, and part 3, clastic. Clastic. All right, that brings us to halftime. It looks like our score is Jasper 65, New Hope 55. Coaches agree? All right, we'll have 2 minutes.
We just talked about that
I know, but
earlier
it's,
this week
I
in Miss
know,
Kelly's.
I know, but it's just like anything else. It's just like any sport or anything like, you know, you try to
I was
anticipate
thinking of the
and sometimes.
Himalayas, and we talked about how the rain shadow goes over, and I was thinking of
It
the
was a good
northern
guess.
steppes.
It was a good guess. It's okay. That happens to everyone. Okay? It's all right. Shake it off. How are you doing getting me the answers? Who had everlasting?
I had everlasting, Alex had everlasting.
And
I told
Dylan.
Dylan he needs to start listening to the questions. He put eternal, and it says LAST.
I mean, you were on the right
I don't
track.
know.
You were on the right track. It's okay.
I don't know. I had
It's all right.
I know,
He's
well,
done
a little
that
bit,
like 5 times.
a little bit,
Like, I have the whole-
just a little bit.
It has T. It has a T and an A and an F.
These two.
I know. That's a lot. Do we need more? Yeah. On my
We don't need more right now, because I have.
We don't. I have 2 sticky
Yeah, I've only got a few. I got like 2,
got
maybe.
I don't have any more. So you'll just have to pass the paper. I'll get us more before Monday, but I don't have any right now. So. Aw, you get to post this. You get to post this.
You're fine.
You get one.
If you need some,
Give me the orange ones, Tyler. And I think they're.
I really just stole these from the office, but I will see if they have pink and orange.
I like these right now.
Okay, well, no one has.
I have Post-it in my head. I will if you like it.
I asked for his opinion.
If I can find,
That's time. Alrighty, looks like we had some movement at least on one side. Jasper, any movement?
No.
No? New Hope? Hey, maybe if I cleared. Let's try that out again. New Hope? Howdy. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome, Rhett. Toss up 11. Mathematics, geometry. You will have 30 seconds. Find the surface area of a cube with sides 6 inches. Jasper, Alex.
216 cubic inches.
Incorrect. Just too late. What were you going to say, Camden?
Either 212 or 222.
Alex, would you like to go again?
I say cubic.
You did. It's 216 square inches.
Alex, I had no idea what I was doing.
Toss up number 12.
I had 216.
Language arts, literature.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I did.
His play, We Bombed in New Haven, and his novel, Something Happened, aren't nearly as famous as his novel based on his time as a World War II bombardier. What American author, 5 years before his death, wrote the novel called Closing Time that was a sequel to his classic Catch-22? Sounds like time. Joseph Heller. Toss up 13. Social studies, economics. In 1858, this man opened a dry goods emporium in New York City and moved it to its current 34th Street location in 1902. Some of his immigrant employees started a Thanksgiving Day parade in 1924. That looks like New Hope Jonah.
Macy?
That's correct.
That's
Your bonus, science, general science. Answer these from different branches of science. It's in science. Don't know if you heard that. Part 1. What are fractures in Earth's crust called? Part 2. What type of scientist specializes in insects? Part 3. This strong, flexible tissue gives shape to your nose and ears. Part 4. Into how many different colors can white light be separated with a prism?
Could you repeat number one?
What are fractures in Earth's crust called?
Could you repeat number two?
What type of scientist specializes in insects? Well, that's time. Pencils down. Go ahead, New Hope.
Okay. Number one, canyons.
Incorrect.
Number two, entomologist.
Correct.
Number three, cartilage.
Correct.
And number four, 6.
Incorrect. 10 points, New Hope. Rebound parts 1 and 4, Jasper.
1, we have faults.
Correct.
And 4, we have 7.
Correct. 10 points apiece on the bonus.
75, we're tied. We're tied.
Toss up 14, mathematics, geometry. You will have 30 seconds. Give the slope of all lines that are perpendicular to the line 5y minus 2x equals 17. That's time. Negative 2.5. Okay. Looks like we're going to go to the full 18 toss-ups, and we are tied at 75 coaches. Okay. Toss-up 15, language arts spelling. Spell the type of scientist who studies ancient objects and digs in Jasper Callan.
Archaeologist. ARCheoloGist. Archaeologist.
Okay, that is correct.
That was almost stressful as a spelling bee.
Your bonus is in miscellaneous sports. Name the sports team most associated with these great athletes of the last 40 years. Part 1, quarterback Joe Montana. Part 2, point guard John Stockton. Part 3, hockey legend Wayne Gretzky. Part 4, shortstop Ozzie Smith. Time. Pencils and paper down. Jasper, take us away.
1, we have the 49ers.
That's correct.
2, we have the Jazz.
Correct.
3, no answer. And 4, the Braves.
No. 10 points 10 points for 1 and 2. Rebound parts 3 and 4.
Bowls for all.
No. Wayne Gretzky played for the Edmonton Oilers. Well, that's who he's most known for. And Ozzie Smith, the St. Louis Cardinals? Ladies, gentlemen?
That's.
Cardinals. All right.
I don't like the Cardinals. I don't know.
All right, Callan, I'm going to need you to stop talking. Same with you, Dylan. All right, so moving on. Toss-up 16. This is in science, general science. The last one of these to be added was in December 31st, 2016, in order to keep coordinated universal time in line with observed solar time. Give the two-word...
Time zone?
No. Give the two-word term for this small unit of time, equal to 1/60th of a minute, but added to official time only New Hope Camden.
Second.
Prompt?
1 second.
That is incorrect. Added to official time only occasionally, that is a leap second. As in a leap year.
Yeah.
Anyone here ever heard of a leap second before? Show of hands. We've got exactly one person, and
I have heard of
that is an adult. So there we go.
I think I've heard about that in like 15 minutes.
Okay. Toss up 17. Miscellaneous. Landmarks. It was finally reopened in 2022 after years of studying how to straighten the small lean in its 300... New Hope, Charlie?
Leaning Tower Pizza.
That's incorrect. Studying how to straighten the small lean in its 314-foot tower without damaging it or selling it. Give the common nickname for this downtown London landmark, officially called the Clock Tower at the Palace of Westminster. Jasper Dillon.
Big Ben.
That's correct.
I know that.
Bonus.
How do you know that from?
Mathematics, 4 parts in computers. Identify these computer terms. Part 1, to transfer files from a server to your computer. Part 2, generic weather term for any off-site location that stores your backup files. Part 3, this 6-letter word is the current condition of a device. Part 4, take one of these to see what's currently displayed on your monitor.
Time.
Pencils down. Go ahead, Jess.
1, we have download.
Correct.
2, we have no answer. 3, we have status.
Correct.
And 4, no answer.
All right, 10 points, Jasper. Rebound, New Hope, parts 2 and 4.
Number 2, cloud.
Correct.
Number 4, pixel.
That is incorrect. It's a screenshot for part 4 is what they were wanting. 5 points, New Hope on that bonus. Toss-up 18, final toss-up of this match. It is in mathematics, it is in general mathematics, and you will have 30 seconds. Give the sum of the fractions 3 over 11 and 5 over 14. Everybody calm down. It's just time. We're all fine. 97 over 154.
I realized it was 150.
Okay, so our final score for this match is Jasper 115, New Hope 80. And you know what that means? We've got another match. So we'll have a brief recess.
I need to stand up. Just talking about just the other day about a race. She had a whole slide about a range shoulder tackle over there.
I had Braves, Orioles, and Cardinals.
Right, you had to pick one.
I was like, I don't know anything about baseball.
I
I'm
got
gonna
you.
go football.
You
That's
got
the
it.
only
I
thing I
know.
know.
Which, by the way, Mrs. Biggs is very proud of you guys for
Like,
getting
I
to
don't
know.
know that Big Ben.
Shout out to me. That was
She said, that's my girl.
I bet you
yeah, he put U of
I.
I.
Indiana school.
U of I, University of Indiana.
I don't think it's called
It's
U of
not
I,
U
it's
of I.
IU.
Yeah, I was the one that knew too.
That's a great score right there.
Actually, no. Go Buckeyes.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm an MSU guy, so
Wait, what is that?
Michigan
I
State
know.
University.
It's all
Not Michigan.
Michigan State.
As long as it's not the
No.
Michigan Wolverines.
It's-
Wolverines
it's-
better.
It's the Spartans.
That's what I'm a Buckeyes
Spartans
fan. So.
I'm
Wolverines.
an
I
MSU
like the
fan.
Wolverines.
Yeah. You know my dad's from Ohio. That's where I was born.
Down in Ohio.
U of I.
We're gonna try and get started at 7:35, so 5 minutes.
Perfect. You guys need to get a drink, use the bathroom, walk.
Some food would be nice.
I know. If I had food, I'd give you guys snacks.
I'll
I got
take
nothing.
a double bacon cheeseburger.
Okay, I'll run there real quick, Dylan.
Oh man, my legs hurt. Think about mom.
We're gonna try and get started at 7:35.
Yeah, you guys have 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
If you need to stand, go to the bathroom, whatever, 5 minutes.
So now what happened was we were undefeated this morning. They had lost one game. So now we've lost one game. So whoever wins this match wins. Does that make sense? Because it's a double elimination, so you have to lose 2.
Turn your name. Yeah, I remember it right now, but I'm afraid that he's a moment I'll forget. Same thing for you, Rhett. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I've got something for Candy when he comes back.
Rafting. Yeah. And my favorite one from this morning is, what type of girl has a street top that's on the Yeah, that was my favorite one. I was like, God.
Camden, I received a text from one of our viewers tonight, actually a graduate of Jasper, who sent me a link to a Neil deGrasse Tyson video, which I'm not going to watch. He says you were right about the prism colors when you said 6.
That's hilarious.
Unfortunately, I am not Neil deGrasse Tyson, so officially you were wrong. But maybe if you want to watch that video, you were right.
Indigo and violet, is he like combining? I thought it was
Possibly.
red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
Royalty bib, exactly. Because that's how we're taught. But according to NDT, it could be wrong. Oh, fun facts. You are supposed to have clean paper. So let's go ahead and do that.
What are we doing? Is it in the papers?
Oh, yes, I do.
Can we have some more?
That's the plan.
Can we have some more like poster notes?
You better go on.
I will. I'm gonna get all 18 toss-ups. Well, no, if I get them all, it'll only be.
Because we already have.
I'm
many toss-ups this game, Dylan? Yeah. Hey, Carter. Hey. If we lose, Carter, we'll die. We have to do everything we can. If we lose, we cannot eat for 2 days. 40 days and 49.
Anything that's happened prior to this point, let it go. All right? New game, fresh. You got this.
Let go of what?
Let's get 8.
Yeah, let's go for 8.
Let's go for 15. You can't get 18, Carter. Remember, if you get 15 bonuses.
Let's go for 15.
I'll try. If they're all about mythology, Carter, I can do
Are
it.
they allowed to hold their pencil or pen when they spell?
Okay.
Okay. I mean, not that it has affected you in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form, but if
What was the one?
yeah.
Like, it was like an R. It was like,
Rendezvous.
yeah, rendezvous.
I was so
That
confused how
was-
it got
I
that.
didn't know how it was a Z.
I was gonna be like R, O, and like how it sounds.
Well, because it's
Well, it's
French,
French.
that's
Yeah,
why.
it's got a Z in it.
They like extra letters.
They sure do. S's, Z's, E's, that, it really
I'm
doesn't
more of
matter.
an
It's
English
just
type
a,
of person myself.
I mean, Les Miserables has like 20 extra letters. And you don't say any of them.
Les Miserables?
Exactly.
What word is that?
It's a play. Actually, it's a book and then a play.
Okay.
I have failed you guys.
Like
Next practice.
Listen, I'm a huge reader,
Yeah,
but
but-
I do not read these old novels that
It's
they
okay.
talk about.
It's okay.
in scholar.
so it's 7:34. I saw some students walking out. We will wait for them, I guess. So we didn't have any official time that we can actually keep. Behold, I think I hear the sound of Returnal. We've got a little bit of housekeeping we can do in the meantime. You guys have probably realized, but you're both still here, so congrats. This last match it's it. Winner of this is first place. Losers runner-up. You know all the rules. Again, I'm gonna drill it into your head because I understand this may be different. Units, remember them. They're not included. I'm not gonna take it. Also, the blurt rule. Didn't have to call it because of an incorrect answer, but please wait until I say your school name and your name, personal name, whatever. And also had a question from a coach in case this matters on spelling. If you want to hold a pencil, you want to write it down when you're answering, I don't really care. Just as long as you're not looking at someone else's information when you're doing it on a toss-up. All right? Everybody good? Well, we've met, but we're going to do it again. So, Jasper, who do we have as your starting five?
Kale Gregory, Alex Bassinet, Dylan Titzer, Callan King. I'm Reagan Jackson, and we are coached by the wonderful Jennifer Osborne.
Is that an upgrade or is that the same?
No, it's
It's the same? Okay,
It's the
excellent,
same. I'm
excellent.
trying to think of a new one, but
Yeah, it's tough. Words are hard that way. New Hope, who do we have?
Braden Hill.
Jonathan Stanley.
Charlie Jones.
Camden Fun, and we're coached by the great Mrs. Barber.
There we go. That's also the same. I remember that one. You guys should try French. Get some cool words that you can. No, don't do that. That's a disaster.
oh, I can't.
Magnifique. There we go. I heard you. Okay. Final match of the day. Long day for both of you. Let's get it started. Toss-up number 1. Social studies. History. In 2021, you could go far enough underwater to see its wreckage firsthand, but it cost $125,000. Jasper Kale.
Ocean Gate.
Incorrect. Identify this ship that in April 1912, New Hope, Camden.
Titanic.
That's correct.
Kale. Kale.
Your bonus, New Hope. Science, health. Name these human diseases. Part 1. Its original vaccines were developed by Salk and Sabin. Part 2. It's often called German measles. Part 3. Chloroquine is a common treatment for this tropical disease carried by the female Anopheles mosquito. Part 4. After Louis Pasteur's vaccine for anthrax, he created a vaccine against this other deadly disease contracted from animals.
Could you repeat number 1?
Its original vaccines were developed by Salk and Sabin.
Alright, time.
Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, New Hope.
Number 1, polio.
Correct.
Number 2, smallpox.
Incorrect.
Number 3, malaria.
Correct.
Number 4, rabies.
15 points to New Hope. Rebound part 2, Jasper.
Chickenpox.
That is incorrect. Is rubella. All right. Toss up number 2, mathematics, algebra. You will have 30 seconds. Michael has 16 coins, all either dimes or quarters. How many dimes does he have if he has $2.50 total? New Hope Braden.
6 dimes.
Incorrect. Jasper Alex.
5 dimes.
Incorrect. 10 dimes. 6 quarters. All right. Toss up 3, language arts, literature. Give the word that completes this Robert Herrick stanza. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time's still a-flyin', and this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be blank. New Hope, red. Incorrect. Jasper Callan.
Dying.
Huh?
Dying.
That's correct. Bonus, miscellaneous. 4 parts in miscellaneous. Answer these questions about the word mercury. Part 1. This major U.S. automaker once built cars with the Mercury brand. Part 2. Mercury Morris was a running back for this undefeated NFL team of the 1970s. Part 3. The Mercury Theater on the Ayers War of the Worlds told of beings from this planet attacking Earth. Part 4. This WNBA team's nickname is the Mercury.
Can you repeat 2, please?
Mercury Morris was a running back for this undefeated NFL team of the 1970s.
Time.
Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have Ford.
Correct.
2, we have Dolphins.
Correct.
And 3, no answer, and 4, Suns.
Incorrect. Both. 10 points, though. Rebound, New Hope, parts 3 and 4.
Number 3, Mars.
Correct.
And number 4, Lakers.
That's incorrect. 5 points to New Hope. So it is the Phoenix Suns, and it's also the Phoenix Mercury, in keeping with the temperature theme. So, Phoenix for part 4. Alrighty. Toss up 4. Science, health. The U.S. government food pyramid for people with this disease puts starches at the bottom and sweets at the top. Name this disease that can cause chronic thirst, and that's Jasper Reagan.
Diabetes.
Diabetes is correct.
I wanted to say diabetes, but it was in a way.
Bonus is in social studies geography. Answer these about world geography. Part 1. The Gulf of Bothnia separates these two Scandinavian countries. Part 2. This South American country's city of Bahia Blanca means White Bay in Spanish. Part 3. The Annapurna Massif is a series of peaks in this tall Asian mountain range. Part 4. This country's nuclear accident town of Chernobyl is about 50 miles from its capital at Kyiv. Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1 and 2, no answer. 3, Alps.
Incorrect.
And 4, Ukraine.
Ukraine is correct for 5 points. Rebound, New Hope, parts 1, 2, and 3.
Number 1, Denmark and Sweden.
Incorrect.
Number 2, Ecuador.
Incorrect.
Number 3, Himalayas.
Himalayas is correct for 5 points. Part 1, Sweden and Finland. And part 2, Argentina. All right. Toss up number 5. Fine arts, music. She slept within a ring of fire until awakened by Siegfried, vanquisher of the dragon Fafnir. Though she wanted to marry Siegfried, she ended up marrying Gunnar instead, and then threw herself on Siegfried's funeral pyre. Name this Valkyrie of Norse myth who, in Wagner's Ring Cycle, has her own funeral pyre that sets Valhalla on fire. New Hope, Camden.
Shibboleth.
That is incorrect. That's time. Is Brunhilde. I don't think you're going to get her in any movies, unfortunately. All right, toss up 6. Social studies, current events. This country's recent elections gave a large block of its parliament to the National Rally of Independence Party under the rule of King Mohammed VI. Name this North African country bordered on the east by Algeria and on the west by the Mediterranean Sea. New Hope, Jonah.
Tunisia.
Incorrect. Whose capital is Rabat. Is Morocco.
Okay.
All right, so looks like our score is knotted at 35. Coaches, everybody? Excellent. All right. Toss-up 7 is in mathematics algebra. This is non-computational, only 15 seconds here. The variable on the horizontal axis of an XY graph is often called by what adjective? And that's looking like Jasper Callan.
The x-axis.
That's incorrect. Often called by what adjective? Because it can be any value you want, and its value determines the value of the variable on the vertical axis. Camden.
Slope.
It's incorrect. It is the independent
I knew
variable.
it. After he said depends on the other one, I knew it.
Toss up 8. Language arts, vocabulary. From the Greek for gift or divine favor, This term affects your spellcasting skill and your ability to bluff and engage in diplomacy in Dungeons and Dragons. Jasper Callan.
Charisma?
Riz is correct.
I was gonna say.
Your bonus.
Mana at first.
Language arts vocabulary. Give these words that end in the letters N-A-T-I-O-N. Part 1. The skill of using a stick to locate underground water supplies. Part 2. Giving up a chess game before being checkmated. Part 3. The practice of always putting things off until the very last minute. I think we all know that. Part 4. Biblical term for a serious sin like idol worshiping. Time. Pencils down.
1, 2, no answer.
Okay.
3, procrastination.
That's correct.
And 4, no answer.
All right. 5 points to Jasper. Rebound New Hope on parts 1, 2, and 4.
Rotation for all.
That is incorrect for all. Part 1, divination. Part 2, resignation. Part 4, abomination. All right. Toss up 9, science, physical science. To find the empirical formula of a compound, divide the number of atoms of each element in the formula by the number's greatest common factor. Find the empirical formula of glucose, which has the molecular formula C6H12O6. That's time. It's CH2O.
Okay.
Super cool. Toss up 10. Final toss up this half. Miscellaneous. Sports. This spokesman for the U.S. Bowling Congress is more famous for his basketball skills that he developed at Wake Forest and still uses in the NBA, kind of. What star guard played for New Orleans, Houston, Oklahoma City, the Los Angeles Clippers, Jasper Dillon?
James Harden?
Incorrect. Star guard played for New Orleans, Houston, Oklahoma City, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Phoenix Suns before joining the Golden State Warriors for the 2023-24 season. New Hope Camden.
LeBron James.
That's incorrect. Dylan, you want to give it another go? Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
I heard Oklahoma City.
All right, that is halftime. Looks like our score is Jasper 50, New Hope 35. Coaches? Everybody? All right, 2 minutes.
Hey. I didn't get it.
To be fair to you, man, I mean, outside of New Orleans, they're all there.
Sports.
Watching the NBA basketball.
I'm just gonna study all the players in the NBA. No, he's a bandwagon. He's a
I was like, oh,
Hey, I'm gonna start studying everyone in the entire NBA, knowing exactly what team they play
Watch
on.
NBA highlights.
like you're watching Yarn on TV. It says the shipwreck.
Okay, put it back. He's gotta be able to read it.
I mean,
How did you get Ocean
I
Gate?
found it at the bottom of the ocean. It was being impacted and exploded. Yeah.
How did you do that? Ocean Gate.
I could not believe you said that. I was like,
I was, because I buzzed. After he said it, I was like, right as soon as I saw the
yeah,
light
I
go off,
literally
I
started
read
clicking. I was like,
because every single other one except for New Orleans was James Harden's name. But I didn't hear.
Oh, this is he'll be teased too, don't worry.
You ready with black pen? You're ready with black pen.
I'm not ready with the black pen, I'm ready with the blue pen, because we're, I need my blue pen.
Yeah, I kind of need to keep my same pen. It's the pen I got
Everyone
7
keep
toss-ups.
their same pen, yeah.
The one I got 7 toss-ups.
We don't need the black pens.
I'm permanently keeping this pen for the rest of my school career.
Okay.
I'm using this pen.
I will I'll put like washi tape or something on it so we know it's yours.
My pen.
Can you
Till
put
my
this?
till I
Can you put
graduate
tape
8th
on this
grade.
one and say Dylan?
Sure.
Until I graduate 8th grade, this is not my pen.
And then it's gonna go on with you.
Yeah, you
What's the most
I'll give it to my
What are you
sister.
corrected
I'm
answer questions?
contemplating, I don't know.
What's the most
I'm
corrected
contemplating
answer?
what I want to do for the second half because I like.
That's time.
There's a lot of sports.
I
Listen,
know.
Camden, I'm a lot more sudden in high school Scholastic bowling calling time than I am here, so you're gonna need to chill out a little bit, all right? I'm just kidding, although I'm actually quite serious. All right, so do we have any subs that took place here on Jasper? Negative? New Hope?
Mallory Simpson.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, again, the score, Jasper 50, New Hope 35, real barn burner going on here. We'll get back into it with toss-up number 11. This is in Social Studies Geography. This body of water narrowly separates the United Arab Emirates on its southeast from Iran on its northwest. It also connects the Persian Gulf to the Arabian Sea. Jasper Callan.
The Gulf of Oman.
That is incorrect. Identify this body of water that appears in headlines whenever Iran threatens to shut it down and disrupt the flow of 20% of the world's crude oil through it. New Hope Jonah.
Suez Canal.
That is incorrect. It is the Strait of Hormuz. Toss-up 12. Mathematics. General mathematics. You will have 30 seconds. 11 gymnasts at a meet are competing for gold, silver, and bronze medals. How many different arrangements of medal winners are possible if the order of winners doesn't matter? Jasper Reagan.
99.
That is incorrect. Seems like it's time. It's 990. 11 times 10 times 9.
Okay.
Okay. Toss-up 13. Language arts. Spelling. Spell the color in the following sentence. My dad prefers to wear jeans. Jasper Callan. I'll be very impressed.
Blue. B-L-U-E. Blue.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
I need to press it.
My dad prefers to wear jeans rather than khaki carpenter pants. Spell khaki. New Hope Braden.
K-H-A-K-I.
That is correct.
I knew how to spell that.
Oh my god.
I don't know, it said jeans, so I didn't mean to press it.
Bonus.
I was gonna say-
Mathematics. 4 parts in general mathematics. Give the sale price. Say that again. Give the sale price of these items marked down at a department store. Part 1. A $70 scarf on sale for 40% off. Part 2. A $110 jacket on sale for 30% off. Part 3. A $14 pair of socks on sale for 25% off. Part 4. A $540 men's suit on sale for 10% off. Sounds like time. Pencils down. New Hope, what do we have?
Number one, $42.
Correct.
Number two, $77.
Correct.
Number three, $10.50.
Correct.
And number four, $600.
Incorrect. 15 points to New Hope. Rebound part 4, Jasper.
$486.
That is correct. 5 points to Jasper. All right. Toss up 14, science, general science. His universal law of gravitation says that gravitational attraction between New Hope Camden.
Albert Einstein.
Incorrect. Gravitational attraction between any two objects depends on the mass of the objects and on the square of the distance between them. Name this British scientist, said to have formulated the concept of gravity by examining why an apple falls from a Jasper Callan.
Isaac Newton.
Sir.
Sir Isaac Newton.
Thank you.
I didn't know if you needed that part.
I just needed Newton, actually, so that is correct. Your bonus is in science, general science. How about that? Answer these questions you might see. Sorry. Answer these questions you might see on a final exam in science. Hint, hint, Jasper. All right. Part 1. This type of precipitation is indicated on a weather map by an asterisk. Part 2. This 2-word Latin phrase describes the species of human being. Part 3. This type of vascular tissue conducts water and nutrients from the roots to the rest of a plant. Part 4. This type of lake is formed when a chunk of a glacier breaks off a main glacier and then melts in place.
Time.
Okay, that's time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1, we have snow.
Snow.
2, we have Homo sapiens.
Correct.
3, we have xylem.
Correct.
And 4, we have ice.
That is incorrect. 15 points though to Jasper. Rebound, New Hope, part 4. I'm sorry.
Sorry, spring.
That's incorrect. It is a kettle lake. Okay. Decent time for a score check. Jasper 80, New Hope 60. Coaches? Okay. Toss up 15. We are going to make it through toss up 18. So we have 4 left. Toss up 15 is in fine arts, art. In 1956, he was asked to design a doghouse for a 12-year-old boy, leading some to call it Falling Water for Fido. Identify this American architect, whose namesake foundation is based in Scottsdale, Arizona, at his house he called Taliesin West. That's time. Good bet, anytime it's an American architect, it's likely Frank Lloyd Wright.
Never heard that guy.
Well, you can't say that anymore.
Why?
Toss up 16. Social studies, history. The steroids he used to control his spastic colitis may have caused his Addison's disease. His administration was nicknamed Camelot, partly because he enjoyed the Broadway musical of the same name. What U.S. president asked Congress to fund an effort to put a man on the moon by 1960? Jasper Dillon.
JFK.
Correct.
Yes. I don't even say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bonus. Fine arts, art. Give these art terms from definitions by the Cleveland Institute of Art. Part 1. Repetition of an element or motif and or the emphasis of directional movements. Part 2. The organizing of elements of an artwork into a unified whole. Part 3. The relative size of an artwork. And part 4, the actual and visual feel of surface areas. Time. Pencils down. Go ahead, Jasper.
1 and 2, no answer. 3, frame.
Incorrect.
And 4, 3D.
That's incorrect. Rebound, New Hope, all 4 parts.
Number 1, stroke.
It's incorrect.
Number 2, process.
Incorrect.
Number 3, portrait.
Incorrect.
Number 4, texture.
Texture is correct for 5 points. Part 1, it's a pattern. Part 2, composition. Part 3, scale. 60-second timeout.
1965. I think if we get one of the toss-ups, they can't win. If we get one of the toss-ups and get all the bonus. Don't worry about it. Just do it.
That's time. Okay. Jasper 90, New Hope 65, toss-up 17, mathematics, geometry. You will have 30 seconds. In triangle ABC, angle A measures 80 degrees, and angle C is 13 degrees larger than twice angle B. What is the smallest angle of the triangle? Jasper Dillon.
Angle B.
That is incorrect. New Hope Camden.
Angle A.
Okay, that's incorrect. 29 degrees is what we're looking for. Need the degree measure on that. Toss-up 18. Final toss-up of the match. We'll see. Language arts, vocabulary. On a ship. This word is a wire used to support the mast. In legal terms, it's what a court does to a lower court's order to postpone its being carried out. As a noun, it's a term for a period of time sleeping in a hotel. Give this 4-letter word that is also what you tell a dog. Jasper Callan.
Stay.
Yep. And your bonus. Social studies, 4 parts in history. A recent biography says that she didn't really commit suicide with an asp. Part 1, name this female ruler of ancient Egypt. Part 2, she is said to have had a baby with this Roman ruler who was murdered in 44 BC on the Ides of March. Part 3, she had twins with this Roman ruler who, according to Shakespeare, helped murder the answer to Part B. Part 4, she was a member of this last ancient Egyptian dynasty. Time. Pencils down. Jasper, what do you got?
1, Cleopatra.
Correct.
2, Julius Caesar.
Correct.
And 3 and 4, no answer.
All right, 10 points. Rebound parts 3 and 4, New Hope.
3 and 4, Alexander.
That's incorrect. Part 3, Antony, Mark Antony, and part 4, the Ptolemaic dynasty. Jasper, congratulations. New Hope, welcome to you.
Yeah. Shake her hand.
Maybe watch where you're going.
Hey, they're doing.